buy the house, you insisted it be in your name. That's why I lent you the money. I have a promissory note, so there's no denying it. I replied firmly.
That's not...
Leaving my stunned husband and in-laws behind, I quickly packed my valuables, clothes, and Sarah's favorite toys into a suitcase and duffel bag. I took Sarah's beloved penguin plushie and loaded everything into my car, then drove off. I said goodbye to the new house that had been ours for such a short time. I picked up Sarah from daycare and headed to my parents' house. They were surprised to see me arrive with so much luggage out of the blue. It's so sudden and I don't want to impose. I could always stay at a hotel, I said hesitantly. My parents quickly stopped me. Later, I found out that they were worried I might be thinking about ending our lives. Actually, it was the opposite. I had vowed to protect her no matter what. I explained everything to my parents. I told them I wanted to divorce my good-for-nothing husband and that I was determined to get custody of my daughter. They promised to support me completely and offered to let us stay with them for a while. This was a huge relief for me since I was working. That night, I documented everything that had happened with my husband and in-laws. I saved the audio recordings of our conversations on my phone to my computer and external media. Armed with this, I spent my vacation days and weekends visiting various law offices until I found a trustworthy lawyer and officially hired them. A week quickly passed since I left the new house. After work one day, I found someone waiting for me. It was my husband. I would say ex-husband, but we were still legally married as the paperwork hadn't been filed yet. I didn't want to talk to him, but I was afraid he might do something rash, so I suggested we go to a more public place like a coffee shop. I made sure to turn on the recording function on my phone just in case. I tried to stay calm and asked, "Do you have something to say?"
About the house. You can have it. I'll change the name on the deed. Just forgive the debt, okay?
I'm sorry, but I can't live in that house anymore. Your parents were there before us.
Who cares about that detail?
It matters to me, so it's not possible. I said firmly, taking a sip of my coffee and studying my soon-to-be ex-husband. His hair was disheveled. He had a scruffy beard, and he looked unhealthy. His suit was wrinkled, and his shirt hadn't seen an iron or a dry cleaner in a while. I couldn't help but think how worn out he seemed.
Please, Anna, I can't repay that huge amount of money so easily,
he pleaded. You knew it was a lot when you borrowed it. I even suggested we both be on the deed or just me, but you insisted it be yours. I reminded him.
I thought I should be the head of the house. And the divorce, I didn't mean it. Why did you take it seriously?
I meant it. I'm done. The divorce is happening. It's not just your incompetence. Your parents are insufferable. I said, determined. Sarah is waiting for me. If we're done here, I'm leaving, I said, standing up.
Wait, I'm taking her,
John demanded. His words worried me. Back at my parents' house, I asked them to make sure Sarah was never taken by force. A few days later, the daycare called to say that someone resembling my in-laws was there. I left work early and rushed to the daycare. Thankfully, they had kept Sarah away, and my in-laws were waiting in a separate room. As soon as I entered the room, my mother-in-law started yelling. "Give us back our granddaughter, you greedy thief!" What do you mean? I haven't stolen anything.
If not a thief, then a fraud. You must have done something shady to get that money. There's no way you had that much money at your age.
No, every cent I lent John was mine. I got it honestly from my savings and gifts from my parents and grandmother. I explained. Gifts? Yes. They gave me the maximum amount each year without incurring gift tax. Plus, I sold stocks and saved diligently. It all adds up. I can't believe it was really your money. You didn't gift John anything? You can start now, I suggested, knowing their financial situation. Sean groaned and fell silent. Maria, who loved luxury, never thought about saving or gifts. I knew this. I'm divorcing your son and taking custody of my daughter. Please, don't come to the daycare anymore, I said, taking Sarah and leaving. Despite my warning, John and his parents came a few more times. Each time, I calmly tried to turn them away, but sometimes they grabbed me or hurled insults. I recorded everything on my phone. About a month after I left the new house, I sent a letter through my lawyer demanding repayment of the loan and agreeing to the divorce. John mostly agreed, but wanted to fight for custody. However, when I mentioned alimony, he quieted down. With my evidence and their lack of savings, it took some time, but I got the money back and full custody of Sarah. It took longer than expected for John to repay the loan, because selling the new house was difficult. I thought John and his parents would live in the new house, but they couldn't afford the $790,000. John had no savings, and even selling their old house wasn't enough. Eventually, they sold the new house for less than they paid and had to lower the price multiple times before finding a buyer. John took out a loan to cover the difference. Now, he lives in his parents' rundown house with them and his sister, who moved back with her 2 sons after her divorce. The house is crowded, and their constant arguing is infamous in the neighborhood. They no longer bother us, probably because they can't afford child support and are too ashamed. 4 years later, Sarah is now in 2nd grade. We live near my parents, who help us a lot. I thought it might be fine to stay single and just raise my daughter on my own, but now I'm actually seeing someone. He's a 36-year-old man with a 1st grade daughter and a history of divorce. We met at daycare, started talking, and he eventually confessed his feelings. Now our daughters play together, and we go out as a family. Recently, Sarah said, "If we get a new house again, we should all have our own rooms, and we should get a dog." Her words made my heart skip a beat. That man had proposed to me a while back. I asked him to wait because of our daughters, but my mind is made up. I hugged Sarah and said, "Yes, sweetie, let's get a new house again. This time, we'll make sure everyone is happy."